Star Wars: The Last Jedi has already passed $500 million. After only its first week in theaters, and less than that domestically, Star Wars: The Last Jedi has passed $500 million at the global box office. With many viewing 2017 as a year mired in absurd inversions of norms, the latest Star Wars fan may prove the cinematic equivalent of that sentiment. The blockbuster film has achieved near-unanimous support from critics, while proving to be divisive within the fandom. Regardless of where the film falls with die-hard fans, however, audiences have been turning out in droves to see it. Right out of the gate, The Last Jedi broke Thursday night records during its initial domestic debut. The Last Jedi then earned $450 million around the globe during its opening weekend, with audiences most everywhere flocking to see the film. Though any new Star Wars movie is bound to have a huge opening, the early positive reviews from critics and general audiences helped to catapult the film to heights just below its predecessor, 2015's The Force Awakens. Variety is reporting that the Tuesday earnings for Star Wars: The Last Jedi have now brought the film's global total to $536.7 million. Yesterday, the film took in an additional $20.3 million domestically for a total of $261.9 million since its bow this past Thursday evening stateside. Internationally, The Last Jedi brought in $21.8 million for an overseas total gross of $274.8 million. In most international markets, Star Wars: The Last Jedi arrived December 13th-14, a few days before it landed stateside. While the movie is still shy of Star Wars: A New Hope's $621.7 million, not adjusted for inflation, it's passed both The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi at the domestic box office already. With the movie yet to open in China, it debuts January 5th. The latest Star Wars film still has a ways to go. That said, the $2,068.2 million global total of The Force Awakens seems out of the movie's grasp. We'll have to wait a bit longer to see what the drop-off is in the coming weekends for Star Wars: The Last Jedi and find out exactly how general audiences feel about the movie. While the Rotten Tomatoes user score is noticeably lower than that for critics, The Last Jedi earned an A Cinema score from domestic audiences over its opening weekend. Debates about the film will no doubt continue for weeks to come, and much longer than that, probably. But so far the average moviegoer seems more than happy to spend their money on seeing Star Wars: The Last Jedi on the big screen. Star Wars: The Last Jedi has already passed $500 million. After only its first week in theaters, and less than that domestically, Star Wars: The Last Jedi has passed $500 million at the global box